Happy Wednesday, everyone. It is Women's Month of March. And I think it's Women's History Month. And I think for me, I always think about all of the women who were in my family who I felt were inspirational, especially my grandmother. My grandmother, we use the word city in Arabic. My father was Lebanese, and we always called my grandmother and my grandfather Siti for grandmother and Jiddi for grandfather. And my city was a beautiful, amazing, loving, kind, compassionate woman that was just, she had the heart that was just so big. And I think that's what inspires me to be a big hearted person. And so today I come to you to talk about how we as women and aging men can help ourselves, because one of the biggest risks we have, and the reason I'm talking about this is because I almost fell in the middle of the street. That's the one thing about being in New York. These streets are not the best place in the world. But I was so proud of myself. I almost fell. I caught myself. I almost tripped and fell while walking the dog. I was crossing the street. And you know how the front of your shoe can somehow catch on something that's raised up higher than normal? And that's what happened. But luckily, I was so happy because of all the exercises I've been including since my hip operation has really helped me maintain my balance. And that's what the problem is every time as we get older, we just are challenged with what is maintaining our balance. And I have an extra problem in the fact that my balance has an issue with this dizziness that comes from having what they call this benign paroxysmal inner ear issue. So when you have an inner ear problem, you basically have to deal with the issues around dizziness and falling and it's unexpected. I think that's the other thing, is that you suddenly get a dizziness if your head is positioned in a certain way, and it's unexpected and you don't know it. But I think the challenge is that as you get older, after the age of 50, about 1 in 5 individuals fall. They have a fall, and the fall risks are really, really challenging for older individuals because one, as we get older, our bone density changes. And especially for women, if we're in menopause or perimenopause, it's so important as a woman to get your bone density scans done by DEXA. It's critical because we need to understand the problem that's happening with our bones as we get older. Because if we're to fall and we don't have good bone density, we're likely to suffer a break in our arm, a break in our wrist, a break of the hip. All of things are very challenging. And this is where I think as we get older as women, the issue is that as you get older, you are going to be less capable of recovering. One of the things I've really learned is during that time of my surgeries for my hip replacement, I was so sedentary. I could not move as much as I normally do. I'm so thankful now. Here it is March, not quite a year. I think I'm about 9 months out. May will be a year. Um, and that way I will see where I'm at. But you know what? 9 months out, and I've been doing religiously these exercises that are key. They're so important for us to be stronger in our legs and our ankles. It's so simple when you're sitting down to do ankle circles. Isn't that silly? Doing simple ankle circles, doing pumping measurements. Some people they write the alphabet with their legs and their ankles. That's the easiest, simple thing that you can do. It's also leg raises with your knees. If you're sitting watching something you can just do a simple, up and down with your leg every commercial break, or even if there aren't commercial breaks, you can do just a few of those as you're sitting there enjoying your television show or whatever you're watching or streaming or whatever, just give yourself a little timer. That's what I do. I do 5 minutes. I'm the key of I'm definitely the queen of 5 minutes. I can do anything for 5 minutes, and I think you can too. We can do anything for 5 minutes. Movement is key, is doing something for 5 minutes every single day that's going to improve our balance, standing on one leg. And then you just can go back and forth a few minutes or a few seconds even for each leg. And you can use a chair to support yourself. My poor sweet dog, he is so determined. He's so funny. He wants to be part of this video. So I am definitely, Mr. Pete is a trip. He is a trip because he wants more treats. I know him. He sees me talking on camera and he knows I'm a sucker for giving him a treat. And he's the sweetest little dog, but I tell you what, he is a stubborn little personality. But, I think I have learned that in order to have strong balance and strong ankles and strong legs is a critical thing to be doing as we get older, to make a 5 to 7 minute routine of doing something with our ankles, doing something with our toes, doing something with our legs, simple leg lifts. I have these 1 pound weights that I put on my legs, and I do 5 minutes. I do 5 minutes of leg lifts. I do 5 minutes of ankle movements to the right and to the left, and then circle them with an ankle weight on. These, I swear, I believe that the reason I did not fall is because I have been religious since January, every single morning, getting up and doing my ankle strengthening exercises, my leg lifts. Those are so, so important because it's something that we take for granted as we get older, that our balance is always going to be present. And the truth is our nervous system is not functioning as fast as it was when we were younger. So after the age of 50, our nervous system is just not as sharp. It will slowly decline. And so if we're doing something every day for 5 minutes, 5 minutes, set your timer, do something for 5 minutes. Do it right now where you're listening on this channel for YouTube. Do 5 minutes of moving your ankles, moving your legs, doing a few standing on one leg, and in simple exercises that you can do to strengthen your legs, keep your ankles flexible and strong. And ultimately, it's going to help you keep from falling. I felt so proud of myself today when I almost tripped and fell in the street, that I was able to really catch myself, and I didn't fall. Because when you fall, which I have done when I was going through the whole hip replacement thing, I have tripped. They do these filming here in New York on the sidewalks, and they'll have all these wires, and they'll have like some kind of little thing over it when they're filming here in New York. And you think that you're clearing the space to walk up the little thing that they have there for the wires for filming. And I didn't. And so one time I was crossing the street and they had wires everywhere. And I thought I was lifting up my leg enough. And this is before I hid my hip replacement. And darn it, I tripped and just fell out right on the street. And once you fall, psychologically, it's very challenging to not feel fearful later that you're going to fall again. So I think when we can do something every single day for ourselves for 5, 10 minutes that focuses on strengthening our ankles, strengthening our legs, very simple exercises that you can do anytime. Watching your favorite television show, listening to a podcast, do some leg exercises, listening to something on YouTube, you can easily do something that is going to help you keep your legs strong and prevent you from falling. But I'm so excited that I have improved after 9 months of my hip replacement. and know more and more about how to focus on staying strong, working on getting my energy back. So, it's been a slow, slow process because I wasn't able to give up the cane and the walker until October. And now I'm supposed to see my hip surgeon in May. That'll be 1 year post surgery. And I feel much more secure. I think what's challenging is even though I'm on GLP-1 drug, my weight loss is still extraordinarily slow. I've really refined my diet and I'm increasing my exercise by going outside more, but it's just a challenge. I've hit this one plateau of a weight and nothing's happening. And I'm going to talk to my endocrinologist and my doctors on Friday because I really truly want to understand more as my dog is talking to me, as he always does if I'm on camera or doing anything. I want to understand more. And any of you who are out there who are working on trying to refine your diet and work with a GLP-1 drug, don't get discouraged. That it is something that is a complex issue of being overweight for many, many years. Petey, what is the deal? Come here. And I tell you something, my dog is just the trip. He wants to be on camera. He's barking at me. So I think that being on a GLP-1 drug, Mr. Pete, what? No. So, well, I think that's him telling me I need to go. So I encourage you that if you're taking a GLP-1 drug, don't give up. Keep trying to make things work for you. Keep track of what does work, what doesn't, and don't give in. I think that for the first time in a long time, we have a drug that is so helpful. So, my friends, be well. Celebrate a woman in your life that you really feel has given you a very big um, goal to attain, which is my city, my grandmother. She was a beautiful woman who really taught me, as my dog is telling me, to be a big-hearted person. So think of a woman that inspires you this month of March during Women's History Month and live your life with some of those aspirations as I say farewell because my dog is telling me, Mr. Pete, it's time to go. Take care and be well again. Remember, we have this one precious life. Let's live it fully with intentions and please think about subscribing. I would love to see you here. I come every Wednesday live. And also, I put out several um, podcasts and videos a week talking about healthy aging well into our 80s and 90s. Be well and talk to you again. Bye bye. Okay. Okay. What's your problem?